Thursday mornings off the ball breakfast is me on camera, and you'll see Ger too, and you'll also see Erin King, who's the reigning World Breakthrough Rugby 15s Player of the Year. We should start with the good news in that, because we were just chatting before we came on air there, and we were saying, I was like, can you remind me how many games you played before you got that World Award? 4
games, yeah. I got my first cap in September last year against Australia, and then went on to play the 3 games of WXV where we, bet the Black Ferns and everything like that. And yeah, I guess it was kind of a whirlwind. I came into the squad 2 weeks before my first cap, and all the girls just helped me so much, and the coaching staff just kind of made the transition so easy from 7s to 15s. But I was definitely shocked though still when I won that award.
We want to start with the good news before we get to what's happening now. But it is an incredible achievement, because it's not like that you're making this incredible progress after 4 games, game 1 to 2 to 3 and so on.
Yeah.
But you get a hell of reassurance, let's say, after game 4 with that award.
Yeah, no, definitely. I wasn't expecting it at all, but it just shows that kind of the pathways are working, and the coach and staff are improving and everything like that.
So does that help you now when you look at that trophy and what it means when you're in the current condition after what happened against England at the Six Nations this year?
Yeah, for sure. Against England in our Six Nations game this year, I took a chunk of cartilage off the back of my kneecap, which doesn't sound too nice, but unfortunately that's ruled me out for the next few months, and I'll be missing the World Cup. So yeah, I'm definitely so lucky that I had such a great year last year. That kind of is what's keeping me going, and with the Olympics and then with the WXV and winning Breakthrough Player of the Year, it was amazing. And there was times I was like, this is too good to be true. And so I can't really complain about that. That's definitely keeping me going, and I'm so lucky I have all them really fun memories that I can keep looking back on, and I can keep looking ahead, because there'll definitely be more of them.
It's like tearing the cartilage off the back of your patella.
Yeah.
The sound of it, like Ger grimaced there when you said it. The rest of us do too when I read about it. Even last night, just reminding myself again of the actual specific injury. Most people would be down and out, done. You play on.
Yeah, I suppose that kind of is just the person I am. I think I did it it was the first time I landed on my knee for the first time in that game. I think it was in the 2nd minute of the game, and I definitely felt something, but it just felt a bit stiff. And then I went up to the physio and kind of asked to get it strapped, and played on. Like, little did I know the damage that I had done, but got a scan then the next day, and still thought I was in for a chance to play the Wales game the weekend after. But the scan came back, and obviously got put into surgery straight away, and kind of started my rehab then almost immediately, and was very lucky with all the support. All the girls were amazing. They all rallied around me. There was loads of them in the hospital room pre-surgery and things like
the
that.
Incident here, that's you.
Yeah.
This is the aftermath, is it?
Yeah, that's like the 7th minute of the game. I think I got it strapped, and I got straight back up. And I think they threw me up in the next line out. Yeah, and that's the girls all there. And it's been a slow process, and there's definitely been really tough days and times that I wish I was just out playing with the girls, but I guess it's just part of the sport.
You're on crutches in the video there. You came in with no crutches today, so you're obviously making some progress, but this must have been pretty great in getting through this. We see you like lifting your leg off the beds.
Yeah, it was tough. My leg was locked into extension for 8 weeks, so 8 weeks on crutches, kind of not being able to bend my leg, which was tough. But like I said, I'm just so lucky that I was surrounded by such good people, like my family and my friends and my teammates, like Dorothy Wall. She ruptured her Achilles a few weeks later, so we've definitely really used each other for support. I mean, she's there for me, I'm there for her. We're kind of going through the same emotions, and we're very lucky to have each other.
It's your first serious injury?
First injury, full stop.
Wow.
I never missed a day of training the whole time I've been contracted, and I've been in there for 5 years. So I don't do things in halves. I kind of had to do the full whack.
Yeah. Like if someone hadn't talked to you in 12 months this time last year, I can imagine how much you'd be updating them now from what happens.
Oh my God, yeah.
So how do you deal with that mentally? Because you'll have your initial reaction, and what is that like? Like, is it anger, disappointment, sadness? How does it work mentally with something like that?
I think initially it was kind of weird for me, because I guess I didn't go down in the game dramatically and like rule myself out completely. Like it was a bit of a roller coaster. Yeah, it was a roller coaster of emotions. And yeah, when I got the phone call, that kind of confirmed that it was quite a serious injury. I was obviously initially really upset, and I'd been so happy with my progress in 15s, and the squad was moving in such a good direction that, yeah, I was really upset to be missing out on, a World Cup, and especially with the team that we have. I'm such a good team, and we're in such a good position to do well, I think. But then I suppose you just have to kind of get on with it. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but that's just the nature of the game, and majority of players have been through long-term injuries, and I'm lucky I'm in such good care. I get up every day and I have somewhere to go, and I have a structure, and I have people that look after me and want the best for me, and I kind of have it mapped out that I want to be back for Six Nations next year, and that first game against England in Twickenham, I want to start that game and be better, come back better than I was before.
Because that game against England this year started really well.
Yeah, I guess that's probably why I wanted to stay on. Half time I think it was 5-7, and that's probably the best we've done. That's probably the closest we've ran it to England in a long time. And yeah, I guess we just build on that. It was a disappointing second half against them, but I'd love to go out next year and really bring it to them again. And that's kind of all I have in my head.
So you're off crutches now?
Off crutches, finally. It was a long, I think it was 12 weeks on crutches. And now I'm finally kind of walking around, getting my gait back, they call it, and starting to build quad strength, because my quad's a lot smaller than it was when I first got injured. And yeah, just trying to work on things that I didn't have the time to work on because I was so busy, and I really knuckled down on my detail around, I want to be like master the line out and things like that, things that I'd never been able to before.
Yeah, because can you mentally shift now and become maybe like a temporary analyst of the game? So, because you can watch games.
Yeah.
We talk to people all the time, like either that recently retired or have a serious injury like that. And the answers vary massively in terms of, are they able to actually sit down and watch games, or will they not watch at all? Where do you fall?
It is tough. Like even navigating the World Cup is going to be really hard, because all I want to do is be out there. And then obviously I'm rehabbing in the high performance centre while the girls are in camp. So there are some days that I'm like, oh, I'd love to just be out there with them. But yeah, I do. I enjoy watching it, and I want to help the girls in any way I can. And yeah, just watch as much rugby as I can to keep that kind of side of my brain switched on. And yeah.
You want the team to miss you, don't you?
Yeah, I guess, I suppose so.
But then you want Ireland to do it at the World Cup.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that a battle internally?
Yeah, for sure. Like my best friends are on the team. I want them to do well. I want to go out and watch the games, and yeah, but I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't a bit of like envy there, a bit of jealousy, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm striving to do. But yeah, no, I want the girls to do well, and I really do believe they will do well.
We haven't spoken to you since the Six Nations. What was the feeling afterwards? Because I remember speaking with Aoife Wafer with about 2 games to go.
Yeah.
And it was actually after the England game. And there was regret about what happened in the second half, and an appreciation that England went up another level.
Yeah.
We've come an awful long way since 2 years ago, before you got involved, that there was a real down moment in Irish women's rugby in the 15s. It seems better now, and you can judge that by the fact that there's mild disappointment from the Six Nations. Yeah,
100%. I mean, we went into the Six Nations, our first game was France, and we were expecting to beat them. So we were definitely disappointed after that, when we had a lot of handling errors, a lot of uncharacteristic errors that we'd been working on, which was really disappointing. And then obviously we got the win in Italy, that's the standard that we need to set. We should be beating teams like that by that amount. And then the England game, the second half was really disappointing. Like, I think we do have a good squad, but we just need to keep building that depth and building. Everyone needs to be on that level. Like, we can't just have, a 23 that are really good. We need a 40 girls that are high standard. And I think that's just what we're still looking to grow. So it was disappointing, and I think that just shows how far we've come from 2 years ago, that we're disappointed coming third in the Six Nations. Like, we need to be beating France and England, and we are good enough to be doing that, I think.
You have your own personal goals, and you've set it out. It's Twickenham next year against England in the Six Nations would be a great return.
Yeah.
What's the ambition for this team? How far can they go? This current generation, if everything goes right.
Oh, I think we have so much talent in our squad, like you said, like the likes of Wafer and, you know, there's Aoife Dalton. There's so many of us that played together underage that are I'm 21, we're all kind of 21, 22, and, you know, we've got years to, you know, get better, and we're already doing things that this squad has never done before, and I do think it's just going to keep improving and get better and better if we keep getting that support from the RFU, if they keep, you know, giving us the coach and staff that we need and putting the investments that they have been. If they continue that, I think we'll only get better. I mean, obviously with the whole 7 situation now, it's quite disappointing.
Yeah. For the men's, yeah.
For the men's and even the women's, we were kind of spread across 2 teams, so we were off playing 15s, and you know the 7s then kind of dipped, and it'd be great to get to a point where both programs can excel at the same time. I think that's what the pinnacle would be.
So how beneficial for you then was coming through the 7s? Because you said there you were contracted for 5 or 6 years. You're obviously contracted as a teenager, still at school. So you've been in that professional environment while also at the same time having the potential to grow. It obviously worked very well for you.
Yeah, and I think all you have to do is look at the girls that play 15s now that came from 7s. Stacey Flood, Amy Lee, Baven Parsons, Eve Higgins. The 7s program is amazing, and I think it just makes you into a well-rounded player, and it is really disappointing to see that the men's program is gone, because even Hugo Keenan and things like that, it's such an amazing sport, and it's disappointing that it doesn't get the appreciation it deserves sometimes, I think. Last year at the Olympics, we played to a sold-out crowd in Stade de France, and it's just, it's sad to see that it's gone from that last year with both our teams being in the Olympics to, you know, we're not on the World Series, neither of the teams are on the World Series next year.
When you listed off the end of last year and how you kind of sometimes have to pinch yourself and go, this can't be real. Olympics in Paris was absolutely incredible, full house, as you say, and then straight into the that period where we go and beat the Black Ferns. How important do you think the Olympics was as a staging post for you and for those players who made it into the 15s to be able to get into a confidence mindset to play New Zealand?
Yeah, I guess the Olympics gave us a lot of confidence, and it kind of gave us that confidence playing in front of big crowds and in big pressure moments. I don't think I would have been able to come on against New Zealand with the confidence that I did if I didn't get the experience and the exposure to pressure and nerve-wracking moments and being able to perform under that pressure. And then coming into the team, the girls had so much confidence that were already in 15s, and they'd been building for so long, and we were just kind of raring to go. And we talked about belief versus awe a lot before the New Zealand game, and how they are amazing athletes, but we shouldn't be in awe of them, that we're just as good. And we just had so much belief walking out into that game, and watching the haka, you know, we stood shoulder to shoulder, and we took a step forward to embrace that challenge, and you can definitely see it in that game. And definitely be one of my favourite moments in the green jersey so far.
The Lions at the moment, are you decided in your mind what the back row should be for the first test against Australia?
I know, it's a tough one. It's such a competitive position. Obviously, it'd be nice to have a few of the Irish lads in there, and Jack Conan and things like that. But I was only saying before, Jack Morgan, he had a very good game there the other day. So I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I guess it depends how the next few matches go and what Andy decides, who he decides to go with, and what combinations kind of works. I guess obviously you have Henry Pollock as well, and I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a very good player, and I like the style that he plays. I try to kind of play similar enough to him. I kind of like the speed and the more of an agility kind of back rower. But then I guess you have to think about the line outs and things like that, who's going to call, and I don't know, we'll see.
Do you admire Pollock's in your face style?
I do like it. I think I'm going to have to embrace some of his celebrations when I come back.
Oh yeah. Erin King 2.0. I love it. I love it. Yeah. How's the pain now, by the way? I meant to ask you.
It's okay. At the moment, I'm just trying to get my range back. So, because I was locked into extension for so long, my knee doesn't want to bend. So it's quite tough. The physios are trying to bend it back in, and yeah, I'm probably at about 100 degrees, 95 degrees, and I'm trying to get back to 130 degrees, and then I can start building on my strength again, and yeah, kind of just striving for range. It is painful at times, but it's okay, and yeah, I'm in very good hands.
What was the actual surgery? Is it?
I got a microfracture done, and then I got
I don't think everybody knows what microfracture is, but
it's like I got kind of holes put into the bone in the back of my kneecap, and then I got collagen actually out of a pig put on top of it to structure it all together. So it was a really unusual injury, and they haven't seen it much really in high level sport.
Right.
So it's a bit of a bummer, and it is a bit gruesome, but I had a really good surgeon, and I've got Aoife Healy and Ed Meas. They're my two physios, and they're really good, and they want the best for me.
I've only heard of it twice before. Robbie Brady actually had microfracture surgery, the Ireland left winger, left back.
Oh yeah.
So they drill holes in your knee and inspire a response from your body to regenerate the cartilage. It's and that's why the recovery takes so long.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like amazing what they can do, and yeah, that's why I was having to be rested in a brace for so long, because it takes time for that all to heal and the cartilage to try to grow back. Yeah, and yeah, it's quite complicated. I've definitely learned a lot, and I have such an appreciation now for like long-term rehabbers and the work that goes into it. I think before I got injured, I kind of didn't dismiss them, but I didn't realize how tough it was, and it's just given me a whole new perspective. And I will probably in years to come look back on this time and this injury and really appreciate it and appreciate the perspective it's given me. I'll never take for granted running out onto a pitch, running out to training even, because not everyone gets to do it, and it is really tough being in rehab.
Yeah, I'm sure. When you were talking about brushing up on line out stuff, how are you doing that? Is that like, is there line out school? Are there line out coaches within the RFU that you can talk to? How does that work?
I'm still in camp with the girls, so I'm around. I can go to their meetings if I want, and then our line out coach Alex Codders, he's
seems to be very highly rated.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of his, and he's I get along with him really well, so very lucky to have him, and he's happy to sit down with me and chat whenever I want. If I want to discuss anything, he'll give me any time. Same with Dorothy, he's gonna help us both stay on top of our stuff. So yeah, we're very lucky to have someone like Kim who just wants the best for us. And he, funnily enough, talks about our Lions tour in 2 years' time and how that's a big aim for him to get a couple of us on it, hopefully. So who knows, but that's definitely in my head another thing that I'd love to tick off the box.
All right, Erin King, thanks a million for coming in. Best of luck with the recovery.
Thank you very much.